me. I can't.
Edward Scissorhands is a love story, but not necessarily in the same realm of love stories as many that might come to mind. This film is a love story to creators, it's a love story to romantics, it's a love story to anyone who has ever been dragged through the mud and snow for being themselves. The movie Edward Scissorhands does a wonderful job using visuals to tell its story, to create meaning without dialogue, to convey a message to his audience using simple storytelling techniques. Edward's character doesn't really say much at all throughout the movie. In fact, he only says a total of 150 words, but that never stops the audience from understanding his feelings. Edward communicates his feelings, emotions, and character so much through his eyes. We as viewers can always tell exactly what he is feeling just through a glance into his eyes. Just like so many other people, Edward shows his emotions elsewhere. Like a musician would show their feelings in music, a painter on their canvas, a writer in their stories, or a filmmaker through their film. This film was directed by Tim Burton, and he isn't shy when it comes to describing that his films are a way of letting out the darker side of his mind.
I've been lucky to make movies because I feel like I get to work out all of my psychological problems.
Now, I can't speak for everyone, but I believe most creative individuals are all haunted by something. It manifests through their art. Our emotions and past tend to find their way into our creations, into our lives. Edward doesn't fit in this film. Everyone around him is the opposite of who he is. The suburban town that Edward finds himself in is beyond plain or bland. It looks exciting at first glance, but soon you realize every house is the same, every car is the same, and the people aren't special at all. Edward stands out, and for a moment, it's something these suburban folks enjoy. They like the excitement, and they start to be intrigued with his creative abilities and what makes him stand out. They don't like Edward, they just like what Edward brings to their mundane lives.
Yeah, I definitely agree, Dalton. And I mean, even though the neighbors are skeptical of Edward at first due to his rough appearance, it doesn't take long for them to come around when they discover Edward's creative abilities. They begin to use his creative skills to bring a sense of individualism to the neighborhood. They each want their bushes cut in different shapes, their dogs groomed in unique ways, and come to embrace the odd hairstyles Edward cuts for them. Edward brings something new and exciting to the neighborhood, something that allows the neighbors to escape the mundane sameness they endure in suburbia, all without any sort of real compensation or recognition of Edward being the creator.
Wow, Alex, thank you for your input on that. Something that the movie uses to give Edward more humanity is Kim, the love interest. He falls in love with her, and the scenes they share together really sculpt our emotions. Kim's character is one of the only characters that really understands and loves Edward for who he is. Not even Peg truly understands and loves him. She takes him from his lonely domicile, but she wants more to benefit from his condition for her own personal gain. At the beginning of the film, it is snowing, and Kim is an old woman. Kim begins to tell her grandchild the story of Edward and why it snows. And the turning point of the film, we watch Kim dance in the ice shavings like snow from Edward's sculpture. This moment is important, the reveal to the audience that Kim sees Edward for who he is. Edward, not being aware of her nearby, cuts her, and the whole town finally begins to turn against him. Edward, enraged by the way he's been treated, snaps. The town who once was in awe over Edward's creations, now against him in fear, now running him out of town and even wanting him to be dead. Edward never wanted to harm anyone. He only wanted to feel something, to feel welcome, to feel loved, to feel accepted. And when it seemed that is what he was receiving, it turns out it was only to exploit his talents, his creativity, or his passion. Edward Scissorhands is a Christmas movie. And it's not because of the snow, or the Christmas trees, or the Christmas lights that make it one. It's because this movie is about love and acceptance. And this seems to be something we all still struggle with today. Anyone that doesn't fall under that umbrella of what is perceived to be normal is always berated, excluded from society, gets judged, and is looked down upon. In the final scene of the film, Kim is back with her granddaughter, talking about how it never used to snow before Edward came into her life, before Edward shined his light on everyone's life. Edward left his mark on the town through being himself, through expressing himself, through his art and passion, through leaving an imprint on Kim's heart through his unique love. And because of that, it snows there now every winter, because Edward left part of himself down there when he came into their lives. Now the snow is a symbol of Edward's impact on their lives. And I only hope I can do the same for you.
Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. That means so much to me, and I really appreciate it. But if you did make it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and you might hit that bell icon so that way you're notified when I post another video. I also have my Instagram down in the link at the bottom in the description. Go ahead and follow me. I post on there all the time, stuff about movies and also stuff just personal and what have you. So yeah, definitely give me a follow. Let's be friends. And speaking of friends, Alex Jack, who featured in this video, he is one of the founders of Mirage Media. They do some incredible short film work, and you should definitely give them a follow. All the stuff in the description below. I'll have links to their YouTube and their other videos as well as their social medias. But thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you stick around for more. Take care.